want to apologize in advance for how many times I sniffle in this video. It's like really bad timing to have seasonal allergies. I'm just having a bad makeup day. I don't even know why I'm posting this video. But if you want to see how I got this strange looking green eyeshadow for St. Patrick's Day, keep watching. Hi everyone, welcome back. Happy St. Patrick's Day. So usually on St. Patrick's Day, I bartend all night, put on some crazy green eyeshadow, but due to the coronavirus outbreak in New York, I'm temporarily unemployed. So I figured I would come on here and make a tutorial for you guys. My last video was really painful to watch because I have absolutely no experience with editing videos. So if you have any tips or tricks, please leave them in the comments for me. Hopefully this one's a little bit better. But like I said, I'm going to do some crazy green eyeshadow for St. Patrick's Day, so let's get started. So I really like to use one palette when I'm doing my makeup. I don't know why, but some artists make it so hard to only use one palette because there aren't enough transition shades. So I think I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Volume 2 palette. And then I'm also going to be using my Morphe 25L palette. That's the Live in Color palette that they released for Pride this year. Well, last year. In case you can't tell, I already moisturized, put primer on my face, did my eyebrows, and I primed my eyelids with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer right here. Okay, so I'm using this shadow brush from Crown Brushes, and I'm taking the shade Milk from the 25L palette and putting it right below my brow bone. Now using this little e.l.f. crease brush, I'm taking shade E3 from the Norvina palette, and I'm just going to pack that all over my crease. Now I'm doing the exact same thing on the other eye. I really packed it on because I thought this shade was going to be a lot darker, but it definitely wasn't as dark as I wanted it to be, so I just packed on a ton of shadow for basically no reason. Now that that green shade is all packed in my crease, it's actually not as dark as I wanted it to be, so I'm just going to blend it out using that same e.l.f. Crease brush with no shadow on it. And then I'm going to go back in with the crease side of the Royal brushes. It's the same one, the A012. And I'm going to use a tiny bit of Untamed from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. It's that dark green shade on the bottom. Oh my god, this palette's disgusting. I just want to do that to bring like a little bit more depth to my crease. I really didn't want to use any like lime green, yellow type of shades. I really want to stick to like dark greens and emeralds, so that's why I'm going in with this. Okay, so now I'm using the crease side of that A012 brush from Crown Brushes with the shade Untamed to give me some depth in my crease. And I'm doing the same thing on the other eye. Alright, now I'm using this fluffy brush from IT Cosmetics. If it has a number, I have no idea because it's so old, it's worn off. But I'm just taking a little bit more of that E3 from the Norvina palette and blending it up to my brow bone. Still blending. Using that e.l.f. crease brush again, I'm taking some more Untamed from the Subculture palette, and I'm just packing it on the outer corner of my eye. And doing the same thing on my other eye. Still blending. Guys, I really have no idea what I'm doing here. I make the most ridiculous faces when I'm putting on eyeshadow because my eyelids are so hooded, I feel like I have to stretch them out. And then I watch these videos and I'm like, oh my god, I need Botox. Wow. Okay, so now I'm basically blending the same two colors onto my lid, just how I blended it up towards my brow bone. I'm blending it on the lid towards my tear duct. Okay, so now that my shadow is all blended out the way I want it, the only thing I have left to do is cut my crease and put something on my lid. But at this point in my makeup, I always put a piece of tape right on the outer corner of my eye just to make it like a really sharp line. Imitates like a winged eyeliner, but I hate winged eyeliner because my eyes are so hooded. So I'm just using regular Scotch tape and I'm lining it up with my brow. Now that the tape is on, I'm gonna just blend out the edges again, make sure they look really flawless, because once I lift that tape up, anything that's underneath the tape is gonna come up with it. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cut my crease, put something on my lid, and then we'll do my lower lash line. Blending again with that fluffy brush from IT Cosmetics. So now I'm using this little flat brush from AliExpress to cut my crease with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. I am so bad at cutting my crease. I don't know why it's so easy for me to do it on other people, but when I do it on myself, I always mess up. So I really messed up this eye, and I tried to cover it, but I feel like now it looks worse. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna put shimmer on and hope that it all works itself out. Now I'm using this flat Keyvange brush to pack shade E1 from the Norvina palette all over my lid. Now I'm doing the same thing here on my other eye, trying to get as close to the crease as possible without making too much of a mess. Now I'm just going back in with my original two shades and making sure to really blend those three together on the lid. And whenever I do a cut crease with really vibrant colors like this, I like to use an eyeliner brush just to define the line where I cut my crease with that darker shadow. And again, I'm taking the crease side of the A012 brush from Crown Brushes, and I'm just packing Untamed from the Subculture palette all over my lower lash line. And it doesn't matter how messy it is, I'm gonna blend it. And I always take off the tape before I blend it out with that lighter shade. That way it's not too sharp of a line. So yeah, I'm just blending it out with shade E3 from Norvina palette again, using that IT Cosmetics fluffy blending brush. Okay, so I just put some eyeliner on my top and bottom waterline, and I realized that when I'm showing you the palette, you could see my disgusting vanity in the reflection, so I'm sorry about that. I think I'm actually happy with how the eyeshadow turned out. It's way darker than what I was going for, but maybe it'll look better when the rest of my face is done. Obviously I look ridiculous right now. I've looked ridiculous the whole time, but obviously it doesn't matter what it looks like while you're doing it, just what the finished product looks like. So I'm gonna finish the rest of my face, and then I'll come back and show you guys what it looks like when I'm all done. So I'm on quarantine and didn't want to waste a full face of foundation, so I just used a little bit of Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light. I really just spot concealed and then brightened up my under eye. Alright, like I mentioned before, sometimes when I conceal my under eye, it messes up the shading on my lower lash line, which obviously it looks botched right now. I don't know if you could see close up. I don't like to wait until after my makeup to do the lash line, because then if there's any fallout, you can't really take it off. So that's why I try and get it done before and then just touch it up after.
Here I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Stick Foundation in the shade Mink. It's like a cool tone brown, just to give me a little bit of contour, nothing crazy. Okay, now I'm setting my face with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I'm using this Japanesque brush. It's just a giant fluffy brush. I think it's number 945. And now I'm touching up my lower lash line. Lately, for bronzer, blush, and highlighter, I've been using this Urban Decay palette. It's called the Naked Threesome palette. I'm obsessed.
This thing is sold. You can't even see the name on it anymore, but it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Glow Highlight in the shade Perla.
Girl, you know we love a blinding highlight, so I always put down this liquid highlighter first, and then I apply powder over it, just to make the highlight really bright. Honestly, I think I got this tiny little brush from like Five Below or something about 100 years ago, but it's perfect to highlight my tear ducts and right below my brow bone. And then I'm using this BH Cosmetics brush to apply highlighter everywhere else. And again, it's from that same Urban Decay palette. Honestly, I don't even know why I showed this brush on camera, because it's Beauty Professionals is the brand. I think my mom got it for me for Christmas in like one of those Walgreens gift sets about 100 years ago.
Alright, I don't know. I think I did it off camera. I always put like a little bloop of blush on my nose. Because I don't know why, because I saw some girl do it on Twitter and I liked it. I think it looks cute. That's why I do it. So that's it. I'm done with my face. I'm gonna go ahead and touch up my brows wherever there's powder on them, and then I'm gonna go ahead and
So I set my face today with good old e.l.f. Mist and Set, and then I'm setting my brows with the Gimme Brow by Benefit Cosmetics, and then just Clinique mascara.
Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. Just like I thought, it looks way better with lashes on, but as I was putting my lashes on, I'm like, well, if I want to be like a YouTuber, I have to put lipstick on, which is so stupid, but I put lipstick on. I own about 17,000 lipsticks and I never wear any of them, so I feel like it looks hideous, but this is the finished look, and I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please head over to my channel and subscribe. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Meg Black Makeup, and give this video a thumbs up.